Hi, my name is Kaylee, and in this video I'm going to show you how to add a 4-channel and subwoofer amp or a 5-channel amp to your 2020 and up Toyota Highlander. We're going to be using our Taco Tunes add-in amp harness. We offer this harness in 17 feet or a little shorty to make your own leads. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is disconnect the negative terminal on my battery. And then I'm also going to disconnect this harness. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and remove my head unit, and I'm going to show you the quick couple of steps you need to get it out. There's a little cover or panel back here, and I'm going to go ahead and pop that out. And then there are 4 screws in here that I'm going to go ahead and remove. Okay, so first step in installing your harness, you're going to remove your 10 and 28 pin. Do not remove any of these other harnesses. We just took the head unit out for video purposes. Go ahead and press the tab down and then your 28 pin. And these are right next to each other. Okay, so included in your amp harness kit, you will technically have 3 harnesses. You'll have your output harness. This connects inside your dash. It has black Molex plugs, and then I put black tape on it so I can determine which one it is once I install it into my vehicle. You will also have your input harness. It plugs in right here, right next to this harness. It has no Molex plugs, and I put blue tape on it so I can determine which one it is. You will also have your remote turn-on harness. You have this end that plugs in right next to your input harness. Then you have your female end that will plug in behind your dash. Make sure you do not disconnect any of these other connections. Okay, so now that I have my 10 and 28 pin removed, I'm going to go ahead and plug in my signal harness for my amps. Female side goes to the stock wiring in my dash, and then this side goes to my head unit. Now my remote turn-on harness, I'm going to go ahead and plug that in as well. Okay, so now that my harnesses are connected to my stock wiring, I'm going to take my input harness. It is the one with the blue tape. I'm going to go ahead and connect my input harness to my front and rear channels. Make sure you refer to the diagram to make sure you know where each connection goes. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect my remote turn-on harness. You will also need a black ground wire with a ring terminal on it and a blue remote turn-on. And now I'm going to connect my amp turn-on wire and my ground with the ring terminal. Okay, so now that my harnesses are all connected, I'm going to go ahead and connect my RCAs going front, rear, and sub. I'm going to go ahead and connect my RCAs to my 4-channel amp, starting with my front. And last, my sub. Okay, so I'm taking the blue amp turn-on wire from my LC5 and I am plugging it into my 4-channel amp. And then I'm taking another piece of blue wire and putting it in the same spot. Okay, so now I'm going to take the other side of that blue wire and plug it in to the remote area on my sub amp. So now that all of my input connections are made, I'm going to come over to the output side of my amp, and I'm going to take my output harness, which is the one with the black Molex plugs and the black tape. I'm going to cut off my Molex plugs. Okay, so the last thing you'll need to do is power your amps. You need to connect your power and ground wires. Make sure you check with your amps manufacturers. They'll give you the right information you need for the proper wire and fuse sizes to safely power your amps.